Good morning, children. How are you all? Hope you all are taking a good care of yourself. So, children, let us start today's mathematics class of grade 10th. This is class 10th, subject mathematics, chapter number 6, triangles, lecture number 15. And content I am going to cover from your textbook, that is NCERT. So, children, as you know that from lecture number 13 onwards, I am going to cover the HOTS questions of exercise 6.C6, that is optional exercise of NCERT textbook. So today I am going to continue with the same HOTS questions. So the topic which I am going to cover in today's lecture, that is lecture number 15, that is HOTS questions from exercise 6.6, optional exercise of NCERT. Today, children, I will be covering all the HOTS, whatever are left, and then our chapter will be finished. After that, you will watch the video related to summary lecture. Got it? Basically, I applied the strategy of simple to complex to explain you these HOTS. Now, these are the two last HOTS which are the toughest one. So, please be alert and watch the video very carefully. This is question number 6 of exercise 6.6. Prove that the sum of the squares of the diagonals of a parallelogram is equal to the sum of the square of its sides. Children, you have done such type of question earlier also, but there instead of parallelogram, rhombus was used. And as we know that rhombus is a parallelogram whose diagonals bisect each other at 90 degree. So it was very easy for us to apply Pythagoras theorem and reach on the result. But here, as you know that parallelogram is a quadrilateral whose diagonals bisect each other, but they do not bisect each other at 90 degree. So definitely we are not going to get 90 degree in the figure of parallelogram. So what we have to do, definitely we will have to draw the altitudes. That will be the part of the construction. Got it? So let us understand the statement first of all. This is ABCD is a parallelogram. Parallelogram is a quadrilateral whose opposite sides are parallel and equal. Okay. And its diagonals bisect each other. These are the properties of a parallelogram. So what we have to prove? We have to prove that square of the diagonals of a parallelogram. Where are the diagonals? That is AC and BD. We will have to take the individual square of AC as well as BD. So it would become AC square plus BD square is equal to sum of the square of its sides. You know, in a parallelogram there are 4 sides. So let us start taking the square of the sum of the square of all the 4 sides of a parallelogram. That is AB square plus BC square plus CD square plus DA square. Got it? Okay. Now, this was all about explaining of statement using diagram. Now I am going to start its solution. Given ABCD is a parallelogram whose diagonals are AC and BD. This has been given to us. Okay, what we have to prove, children? We have to prove that sum of the square of the diagonal of a parallelogram, that is AC square plus BD square, is equal to sum of the square of its sides, that is AB square plus BC square plus CD square plus DA square. This we have to prove. Clear? Now as I told you that in a parallelogram, diagonals bisect each other. So they are just bisecting each other. Means we can say, suppose here if I am going to take point O, so I can say that AO is equal to OC and BO is equal to OD. Fine. So definitely as I have to apply Pythagoras theorem to reach on this result, so I require 90 degree angle for that. So let us reach on construction. Draw AM perpendicular to DC. This is AM drawn perpendicular on base DC. Correct? And BN. This is BN, which is also perpendicular on DC but produced one. DC has been produced up to N. and BN is perpendicular on DC produced. Got it? So children, do you remember I told you that this two proof will help us to reach the appropriate right angled triangle. So here what I am going to do, before I apply Pythagoras theorem, children, I am going to prove this smaller triangle, that is AMD and BNC, as congruent to each other. So let us check how to prove their congruency. AD is equal to BC. Why? Because they are the opposite side of a parallelogram. Correct? AM is also equal to BN. Why? Because altitude of the same triangle are always equal in length, as they are drawn in the same parallelogram as well as to the same base. So I can say that altitude AM is equal to BN. Clear? Okay. This angle AMD is equal to angle BNC. Both are of 90 degree. Here I have taken 90 degree angle. Okay. And the opposite side of 90 degree, that is hypotenuse, as well as I have taken another side also other than hypotenuse. So can you tell me which criteria I am going to apply? Yes, I am going to apply RHS congruency criteria. So on the basis of right, this is hypotenuse, this is right angle, hypotenuse side, that is RHS congruency criteria, I can say that triangle AMD is congruent to triangle BNC. Correct? As they both are congruent proved now. So by CPCT, can I say that their corresponding parts will also be equal? So can I say that this DM, this smaller side you can see, is equal to CN? Of course, DM is equal to CN. That is MD is equal to NC by corresponding parts of congruent triangle. So let it consider as equation number 1. Clear? Now I will be reaching on how to apply Pythagoras theorem. Everybody please be alert. I saw here that here AC square is present. So I should choose that particular right angle triangle which would provide me AC square. So I am going to take triangle AMC. Got it? So let us apply Pythagoras on this triangle. It will be AC square is equal to AM square plus MC square. Understood? Got it? Okay. Now children, can I write this MC? Here it is MC. Can I write it as DC minus DM, so that I can replace this MC by DC minus DM? Can it be done? Yes, of course. So I have written at place of MC square that DC minus DM whole square. So it would become AM square plus, let us apply A minus B whole square. It would become DC square plus DM square minus twice of DC into DM. Clear? You may be thinking that why ma'am has broken this MC square in two parts. There is a reason behind it. That reason I am going to tell you now. After opening this identity, children, I am going to make the pairing of AM square and DM square. Just to check if I am going to talk about AM square. This is AM square plus DM square. So definitely it would become AD square. Do I require AD square? Yes, I require AD square. Got it? So just to get this MC is broken in two parts, that is DC minus DM. Clear? Now here you can see that I have made the pairing of AM square and DM square. They are written in one bracket plus what is left, that is DC square minus 2 times DC into DM. This is left. Okay. Now children, you know that triangle AMD is a right angle triangle. So can I write that AD square is equal to AM square plus DM square while applying Pythagoras theorem in triangle AMD? Just to see, I have just explained you. In triangle AMD, I have applied Pythagoras theorem. So AD square is equal to AM square plus DM square. So I am going to replace AM square plus DM square by AD square. Correct? This is plus DC square minus twice of DC into DM. Got it? Okay. Now, what else I have done in it? Two variations I have brought in this equation. What are those two variations? Number one, as DC is the opposite side of AB. Okay. So they both are interchanged. Why? As I know that ABCD is a parallelogram and its opposite sides are equal. So I have replaced DC by AB. Correct? And I just proved that triangle ADM is congruent to triangle BCN. So through that we reached on the conclusion that side MD is equal to side NC. So I am going to replace this MD by NC over here. These are two changes I have made here. Got it? So now children, let us reach on next right angle triangle. What else do I want? I want BD square on left hand side. So definitely I will have to choose the triangle BND. Then and only then I can get BD square, right? So now in triangle BND, which is right angle at N, let us apply Pythagoras theorem. I have got BD square is equal to BN square plus ND square. Just look in the diagram once. This is BD square is equal to BN square plus ND square. Okay, the same thing is written. Clear, children? Now children, again I am going to break ND in such a way so that I will be getting the identity in the form of positive way now. That is A plus B whole square I want basically. And you can see where is ND in the diagram. This is ND, complete ND. Clear? So I am going to break this complete ND. How? ND is equal to DC plus CN whole square. Let us check. ND is equal to, this is DC, means the side of a parallelogram, plus CN. So here I have written DC plus CN whole square. There also I break in such a way that one side was of a parallelogram and another was that part which I made equal, like MD is equal to NC. So it should be broken in such a way. There we were going to get DM. Okay. Here we are going to get ND. Clear? So now let us open A plus B whole square. It would become BN square as it is plus DC square plus CN square plus 2AB. That is 2 into DC into CN. Clear? Again the pairing will be made. I have made the pairing of BN square with CN square. So they have written in one bracket. Plus DC square plus twice of DC into CN. Now let us check what BN square plus CN square is going to form. This is BN square plus CN square. If I am going to talk about this small right angle triangle, so hasn't it become BC square? Of course, because perpendicular square plus base square will give you hypotenuse square. So that has been interchanged by BC square plus DC square plus 2 times DC into CN. So let it consider as equation number 3. Now children, after calculating AC square and BD square, you can see that there is a plus sign. So definitely we will have to add equation number 2 as well as 3. This is equation number 2 and this is equation number 3. So let us start adding them. While adding, I have got AC square plus BD square. This is left hand side. You can see here it is AC square plus BD square. Okay? Is equal to. Now here I have got AD square plus AB square minus twice of DC into CN. The same thing I have written over here. Plus BC square plus DC square plus 2 times DC into CN. Got it? Okay. Here you saw that twice of DC into CN, here also twice of DC into CN. They both are with a different sign, so are going to be cancelled. So I have got AD square plus BD square plus BC square plus DC square. Clear? Beta, by mistake here I wrote BD square. See, it is AD square plus AB square. It should be written AB square here. Okay. AD square plus AB square. This positive and negative with same expression, they are going to be cancelled. Here this is BC square plus DC square, correct? So I have got the same result. This is AB square plus BC square plus CD square plus DA square. These are the sum of the square of all the four sides of a parallelogram. They are equal to the sum of the square of their diagonals. So hence proved. Got it? Now children, let us switch to the last HOTS question. Question number 10. Nazima is flying fishing in a stream. What do you mean by fly fishing? Fly fishing is a sport of fishing using a rod and an artificial fly as a bait. What do you mean by bait? Bait is nothing but it's a food item which is placed on a hook or in a net so that the fish can be caught easily. Clear? So the tip of her fishing rod is 1.8 meter above the surface of the water, and fly at the end of the string rests on the water 3.6 meter away and 2.4 meter from a point directly under the tip of the rod. Assuming that her string from the tip of her rod to the fly is taut. Taut means it is stretched tightly. She has stretched it very tightly. Hold it very tightly. Stretching it. How much string does she have out if she pulls the string at the rate of 5 cm per second? What will be the horizontal distance of the fly from her after 12 seconds? So let us understand the question first of all through the diagram. So children, this is the diagram. This is the position of Nazima. I am going to read the statement. Please understand it through diagram. Nazima is flying fishing in a stream. She is sitting over here. Okay. The tip of the fishing rod is 1.8 meter above the surface of the water. Here you can see that this is the surface of the water, and the tip, or I should say that the point, the top of the fishing rod is here. It is just 1.8 meter above from the surface of the water. You can see this is 1.8 meter. Clear? And the fly means the bait, or I should say that the food which she has placed on the hook so that she can catch the fish easily. Okay. The fly at the end of the string. This is the string. At the end of the string on the water, it is going to be take rest. Means this food particle is kept here. So the fly at the end of the string rests on water, which is 3.6 meter away. You can see that this is the total distance, which is 3.6 meter away. Clear? And 2.4 meter from the point directly under the tip of the rod. If I am going to talk about this bait, or I should say that the food article which is placed on the hook. Okay, so you can see that from the string, if I am going to talk from the top of the string, it is at 3.6 meter away. Okay, and it is in rest position. Definitely the food particle cannot move. Okay. As well as this is at 2.4 meter from the point which is directly under the tip of the rod. Got it? Okay, here it is assumed that the tip of her rod to the fly is taut. Is taut means it is stretched very tightly. She has held it very tightly, and even she is going to stretch it. How much string does she have out if she pulls the string at the rate of 5 centimeter per second? Means in 1 second she is going to pull the string by 5 centimeter. Got it? So what will be the horizontal distance of the fly? Means now fly was kept here otherwise. Now as she was going to stretch, so it has been reached here. Means this much distance is covered by the bait, or I should say by the fly, by that food particle when she was going to stretch it tightly. So some horizontal distance was covered by it. Okay. So we will have to tell ultimately that what will be the horizontal distance of the fly from her. From her, she is sitting over here. Okay, definitely I have to take this distance as well as I have to take this dB distance in 12 seconds. Understood? Beta, basically to make you understand this question, I have drawn two diagrams. First one, so that you can understand what is the length of the string actually. Okay, so let us start its solution, then you will better understand. Let the tip of her fishing rod be at point A. This is the tip, that is the top part. So its distance from the surface of the water, which is B, is that is given. AB is equal to 1.8 meter. It is given. Fine. That the tip of the rod is directly above this point, that is point B. How much distance it is going to be covered? That is 1.8 meter. Okay. So its distance from the surface of the water B is AB is equal to 1.8 meter. Again, let there be one point C, which is at 2.4 meter away from point B. This is the position of the bait. Okay. So first of all, we will have to calculate length of the string that she has out. Right now, how much length of the string she has taken out. So definitely you know that there is a Pythagoras theorem application. So let us apply Pythagoras. We are going to calculate the length of the string. It will be AC is equal to whole under root AB square plus BC square. That is 1.8 meter whole square plus 2.4 meter whole square whole under root. So you know 1.8 into 1.8, that would give you 3.24, because 18 square is 324 and 24 square is 576. It would be 2.4 into 2.4. So if I am going to remove decimal, I will be getting 576 upon 100, that is 5.76 meter square. So the total will be 9 meter square whole under root. So it will be 3 meter only. So thus she has 3 meter string out. Whatever string she has taken out, okay, to catch the fish, that is what is the length of that string? That is 3 meter. Fine. Now, since she pulled the string, now she is going to pull the string. As the string is too taut, she is going to pull it. She is going to stretch it very tightly at the rate of 5 centimeter per second. So the length of the string pulled in 12 seconds. First of all, in 1 second it is given that it is going to be cover 5 centimeter. So as we will have to calculate that in 12 second how much distance it is going to be cover, means length of the pull which she is length of the string which she is going to pull in 12 second, that is CD is equal to 5 into 12 centimeter, that is 60 centimeter. I am going to convert it into meter. You know 1 centimeter is equal to 1 upon 100 meters. I am going to calculate for 60 centimeter. It will be 60 upon 100 meter, that is 0.6 meters. Got it? Why did I calculate in meter? Because every dimension is given in meter except this. Got it? Okay children, one more point I want to include here. As you know that C is the position of the food, okay, which is attached to the hook so that the fish can be caught easily. Okay, so this food item, this food article, or I should say the particle, is kept 3.6 meter away from the position of the Nazima. It is 2.4 meter away from where? From point B, which is exactly under the tip of the rod. Okay, so 2.4 meter it is away from point B, but from Nazima's position it is in rest, that is 3.6 meter away from it. Got it? Okay. Now as she is sitting over here and she is going to pull the string very tightly, so definitely now this food particle has covered 0.6 meter distance in 12 seconds. So it has been reached over here now. So the position of the bait has been changed from C to D. Got it? Now the length of the remaining string, that is AD. What was the complete length of the string? That was 3. Now this much part, as she has stretched the string, so this much part has been removed, means from C it has reached on D now. The bait has been reached on point D. Okay. So what will be the length now of the bait from the tip of the string? It will be AC minus CD, that is 3.0 meter minus 0.6 meter, that is 2.4 meter. So now AD is nothing but the distance of the bait from the tip of the string. Clear? Now children, let me tell you one thing, what we have to calculate in it. We will have to calculate what is the horizontal distance of the fly, means of the bait, from her. She is sitting over here. But we cannot calculate the distance like this. So we will have to reach here first of all. Okay, and then we will have to reach to this point, which is actually 1.2 meter away from point B. Clear? So this is the position of bait, that is fly. We will have to calculate the horizontal distance of the bait from her. We cannot calculate it like this, remember. So what we are going to calculate, first of all we will calculate the distance dB, and then we will be calculating, we will be adding this 1.2 meter in that distance BD, so that we can come to know, as we are going to talk about the horizontal distance. So this is not the horizontal one. Got it? So what will be the horizontal distance? That is BD plus 1.2 meter. Okay, after 12 seconds, after covering the distance of 0.6 meter in 12 seconds, the position of the bait has been reached here at point D, and we will have to tell the horizontal distance of this point D from this position of the Najima. So this is dB plus 1.2 meter will be added, as we are going to deal with the horizontal distance. Clear? So this part is negligible. Here you will have to ignore this. So now you have to consider that triangle ABD is a right angled triangle. This will be a very minute part, so you can ignore it. Okay. So let us apply, as we have to calculate the horizontal distance, means we will have to calculate base. So apply Pythagoras in triangle ABD. It will be BD square, that is base square, is equal to hypotenuse square AD square minus height square, that is AB square. Clear? Okay. Now it will be 2.4 meter whole square minus 1.8 meter whole square. 24 square you know, that is 576. So 2.4 meter whole square will be 5.76 meter square. Minus 1.8 meter whole square will be 3.24 meter square, is equal to, let us subtract them, you will be getting 2.52 meter square. Fine. This is BD square. We will have to calculate its under root. Children, you know very well how to calculate the square root. Please be alert. This is 2.52. Let us make the pairing from back side. You have to make the pairing for 52, and this is the number which is whole part of the decimal number. It will be kept alone. So it will be going on ones. 1 into 1, you will be getting 1 over here. You will be getting now 152. Means you have to pick the complete pairing. Here you will be putting decimal. This concept you learnt in 8th as well as 9th, maybe also somewhere else. So now what we have to do, we will have to add them and you have to place it over here. Clear? Now I want a number here as well as the same number here also, so that I can multiply them and either I can get 152 or the number less than it. So let us try it on 6 za. So 26 into 6. 6 6 za 36. This is 3. 6 2 za 12 plus 3, it will be 156. Okay. So that is greater than it. So definitely I have to try it on 5 za. So let us try on 5 za. So I will be getting 125. In this way you have to continue. So let us subtract it. It will be 7. Here you will be getting 2. Now you have to take 00. And please pick this 00 as well. Correct? So here you will be getting 30. Clear? Suppose if I do it by 9. So I will be getting Here also I have to place 9. Of course, I will be getting 309 into 9. That would be 81 and then 27, 2781. So it means it is not going exactly. So you can even go on 8 also. Fine. So you can even just calculate 1.5 also. Approximately we can say that it will be 1.59 meters. Approx. Or even you can leave it up to 1.5 meter also. Got it? So hence the horizontal distance of the fly, that is bait, whose position is point D right now, from Nazima after covering some distance of 0.6 meter in 12 seconds. So the distance between Nazima to point B plus BD, it will be taken from this point B. What is the Nazima's distance? Suppose if Nazima comes here, so definitely the distance will be 1.2 and plus we will be adding BD distance. So it will be 1.2 meter plus 1.59 meter you can write. You can write 1.58 also. You can write 1.5 also. So ultimately the answer will be 2.79 meters approximately. Fine. The answer can be 2.78 also. The answer can be 2.7 meter also. Approx you will have to write. Got it? So these were the toughest question of HOTS. I hope I may have done my level best to make you understand. So now children, this is the time to get mathematics homework. You have to revise complete optional exercise. There are 10 questions of chapter number 6, triangle in practice notebook. So children, today we have finished with this chapter. Now definitely revision work will be given to you. Today also I am going to give you the work to revise. But it doesn't mean that you are not going to mail me your homework. As there is no homework given in homework notebook to do, so you have to mail me this practice homework. Clear children? So that's it for the day. Please like the video and do not forget to subscribe our channel. Thank you and have a nice day.